Hi guys, howdy. Want to prune roses? The best time to prune roses is in the late winter or early spring, around the time new growth begins. This could be as early as January or as late as May, depending on your climate. One helpful guide for me is when forsythia starts budding. Then I know I have to do the work. If you'd like to mark your calendar or set yourself a pruning reminder, here are the original estimates.
When you know the basics of pruning roses, even inexperienced gardeners can achieve beautiful results. Don't be intimidated by pruning. The rules and warnings are mainly for those who grow roses for exhibits, I think. But for the casual gardeners just like me who simply wants beautiful roses and healthy, there are really only a few fundamentals to follow. It is your rose, it stays in your garden, so heck, you can do whatever you want with it. Yes? You'll be surprised to learn that modern roses don't need as much pruning as you think. Follow these steps to ensure your roses will thrive. Here is my 7 easy steps in pruning roses.
Remove all remaining leaves. This allows you to see the structure of the bush and clearly see all the canes or stems. This step also removes any pests or diseases that may have been hiding over winter in the foliage. I have proven this technique to be true. Last year, I experimented by not defoliating one bush, and its leaves were noticeably looking not as shiny and just unhealthy overall. Start with dead wood. How do you know it's dead? Cut into it. Brown is dead and green is living. Cut any dead wood back to the base. Take out crossing branches, which can rub, causing damage and encouraging disease. The goal is to have upward-reaching branches with an open structure in a vase-like shape. This step will allow better airflow, which helps your rose from developing powdery mildew. Remove any thin, weak growth. The basic rule of the thumb is to remove anything thinner than a pencil. By doing this, you channel the energy of your bush to thicker, healthy canes, bigger blooms, and lusher leaves. Yes, prune the remaining canes. Prune by cutting 1/4 to 1/2 above an outward-facing bud eye. It is a small bump found where a leaf would meet the stem. New stems grow in the direction of the bud, and the goal is to encourage them to grow outward, not inward. Make cuts at a 45-degree angle, sloping away from the bud, allowing water to run off. Prune to the height you want your rose bush to be, keeping a fairly consistent height throughout. If it is in the back of a border, leave it a little higher. For the front of a border, trim lower. For hybrid teas in particular, the lower you prune, the bigger the flower and longer the stem, which is good for cutting and exhibiting. Leave them a little taller and you will tend to get more blooms, although smaller on shorter stems. Now how about climbing roses? Most of the same rules apply to climbing roses, but there are a few differences, mainly the way that climbers grow. Climbing roses have 2 types of canes, main and lateral. The main canes come directly from the base, and lateral canes that produce the flowers. Pruning the lateral canes can also encourage blooming. There's no need to fuss about pruning to the outward-facing buds, as shaping climbing roses in this way is unnecessary.
After pruning, make sure to clean up the surrounding area underneath. All leaves and cut branches should be disposed as diseases and pests could be lurking.